Pixel 3 XL is better than its predecessor in every aspect, but is that enough to outperform the competition? It might envy the market leaders like the Note 9 and the Mate 20 Pro because they come with a ton of extra features, but in everyday use, you'll see that once again the Google flagship is the best out there. The design has been completely redone. I know that at a first glance it won't be noticeable, but major changes have been made and they're really useful. The Pixel 3 XL now has a Gorilla Glass panel. The finish isn't applied with an external paint. Instead, Google has given its pixels some special glass processing that creates a really nice velvety effect. The integrated Gorilla Glass means you can use wireless charging, although it only reaches 10 watts with the Pixel stand, which costs almost $80. That's not exactly a bargain. The new construction is of higher quality than the Pixel 2 XL. The device is now IP68 certified, which means it's dustproof and waterproof. In order to obtain this certification, Google certainly couldn't add a new hole to the metal frame, so don't expect the audio jack to make a comeback. Fortunately, there's an adapter included with the device as well as a pair of USB-C headphones. The keys are all located on the right side of the device. When you press on them, you'll hear a satisfying click. The Pixel imprint fingerprint reader is large, round, and located exactly where it should be, on the back of the device, where it's perfectly accessible. On the front, you'll find another component that has been improved, the display. The Pixel's OLED panel was rated one of the best on the market by DisplayMate. It was rated on the same level, if not higher, than the displays of the iPhone XS and the Note 9. Unfortunately, it doesn't reach the same maximum brightness, but it's still HDR10 certified and is visible in any light conditions. Google did well this time around, and it was a really good idea to rely on the industry leader in displays, Samsung. It's impossible to talk about the Pixel 3 XL display without talking about the notch. The notch is always looking at you and you can't avoid it. It might be the only reason to choose the normal Pixel 3 over the Pixel 3 XL. If you're not a fan of it, this might be the device's greatest pitfall. Google's software solution to hide a notch isn't the best. Personally, I prefer something along the lines of the Natural Notch app. Google is introducing its first device with two front camera sensors. There's a normal 8-megapixel camera with autofocus and an 8-megapixel wide-angle camera with fixed focus. The wide-angle lens allows you to revolutionize the way you shoot selfies and is practically the only lens I've used since I've owned the Pixel 3 XL. Google has worked on the software to minimize distortions, and the results are great. In the back there's a single 12-megapixel sensor, and Google has once again proven that software means everything in the realm of photography today. What's the point of 3 or 4 cameras when you can take advantage of this software for an exceptional digital zoom and a mode that allows you to take pictures in almost complete darkness? I didn't even mention the top shot function, which allows you to select a photo if a better shot was framed just before or after the actual time of shooting. The Pixel 3 XL is the king of smartphone cameras, period. Nobody has advanced image processing software like Google, and no smartphone can compete with it outside of the Pixel 2 XL. It's true, a rear telephoto lens or wide-angle lens would have been useful on some occasions, but Google has decided to focus its efforts on software, and the results speak for themselves. In terms of specs, as I said in the beginning, the Pixel 3 XL doesn't surprise. The device has a top-range Snapdragon 845 and 64GB of internal memory, which unfortunately isn't expandable. At first, the 4GB of RAM seemed to have caused some problems when apps were open in the background, but that was just due to bad software optimization. After the first update, the Pixel 3 XL software has been impeccable, just like on the device's predecessor. The reason for the 64GB being non-expandable? Google is trying to push users to use the company's cloud services, especially for photos and videos. They provide unlimited storage on Google Photos for photos and videos taken on a Pixel smartphone. Although it's already been said, I'll repeat it, 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage are more than sufficient, but for the steep asking price, at least 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage would have been nice to see. It would have been nice to see a battery with more than 3430 mAh. This means that in terms of autonomy, they can't really compete with flagships with 4000 mAh or more. Google has improved its top-range Pixel in every aspect it could. As a big fan of the Pixel 2 XL, I was surprised how many small improvements there are across the board. For $1,000, however, there are other smartphones that offer more features like reverse wireless charging, a stylus, or even a more eye-catching design. However, the Pixel guarantees you the best user experience, and it has an amazing camera. These are our impressions of the Pixel 3 XL after spending a month with the device. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments, and if you like our content, leave a like and subscribe. For AndroidPIT, this is Susanna Dowell.